my name's Marsha Taylor-Daniel. I'm currently in business development within a very large technologies organisation, but I've also been around technologies within technologies, for most of my career, very much dominated within the payments landscape. Place is kind of where my kind of technologies has kind of stemmed from.
Okay, great. And how did you first get interested in technology?
Yeah, I think it's just always been quite curious, but also within payments. I mean, from operationally, how does that whole kind of payments movement kind of operate? Always been working, whether it's in project management, etc., working with huge, large technologies teams, through to actually even non-work, or actually being on maternity leave and actually wanting to learn to code, and actually doing it with my 3-month-old and actually undergoing the technologies course. So there's just always been a very huge kind of interest, and also as well, I think kind of bringing the next generation in, rather, they are going to know nothing but tech at their fingertips, and actually to be a modern day parent, as well as just trying to move ahead, whether it's in your career, just within life, you've kind of got to get a grapple on and get an understanding of technologies as well. So interest is coming from all different angles, really.
Okay, great. And how do you think we can boost inclusivity and get more diverse people to come into tech?
It's a huge challenge, and I appreciate that. I think firstly is to recognise those that are there. So actually that there is some incredible women in technology that are already there, wonderful pioneers. There are huge diverse women of huge different backgrounds, whether it's disability, whether it's race, whether it's gender. So I think the first thing is also to kind of recognise that we have some great role models and stuff that are there, and actually put them also to the forefront to encourage other people to step forward. I think that's one thing, because we don't want everyone to feel we're starting from ground zero. Actually, let's show that there's people that are there already, and there's people that have done something, no matter how small, and also recognising how large and things are out there. I think there's also the piece in terms of employers to actually making sure that they are aware of the benefits of having diverse teams. Actually, not even just the kind of protected characteristics, but also the diversity of thought. Having people from different countries, from different backgrounds. It just makes that whole boardroom conversation, and the decision making just so much more interesting. So I think there's that piece around employees, and there's also the piece obviously around these wonderful startups that are actually kind of shaking things up a bit. What I love about is the discussion and the conversation and the things that they are changing, but also it's kind of it's catch-22 in terms of actually we have these wonderful startups doing things, but actually a lot of them have either got disillusioned by the big organisations that have kind of gone off in silo, or have decided they've got to settle there, and that's wonderful. But actually, I think I just want us to also be mindful is that the large organisations are losing those women and those people that are diverse, are kind of going out and do something different, and actually they're not thinking, okay, well, how do we get that knowledge in the organisations and working together? So there's a lot of kind of collaborative work that needs to happen with the large organisations and the startups, but also education. Education is key. Making sure we're getting them in from when they're young, making sure that the children are aware that what they can contribute, that actually the world's their oyster, and what can they do as well. And also as well, I think there's kind of practical things, mentoring. What can you actually do to go and help someone else be inspired? Can you go and go into schools, go into education, of course, but actually if there's someone in your office that isn't doing something different, what can you help them do? A colleague, a friend, a family member, just talking about what you're doing, making sure they're aware that it's accessible and that it's exciting. It's a great place to be.
All right, great. And you said you went to a coding course with your 3-month-year-old. How did that go?
I did. It was great, actually. So I had. I was kind of curious about coding. I've been very much, my technologies there has very much been kind of on the relationship kind of perspective. So whether it's been, managing the teams, it's been doing business development. It's those kind of conversations as opposed to necessarily being a developer or a coder. But it was like, how do I also make sure that I'm fully, whilst I understand to a high level what's going on, but how do I kind of think about how they've been going through it as well? So I decided I wanted to do a coding course, and thought, help me be seen as a cool parent in the long term, hopefully. And so I kind of looked into coding courses, and I took my 3-month-old, and actually he slept. He still got, put him underneath the table, or had him in a sling, and just knew that I still wanted to learn. And actually, being a parent wasn't going to be, wasn't a barrier. It was actually a motivator to do that, and making me realise that actually, they're bringing it into schools now. You've got 5-year-olds that are learning to code in the classroom. And if you can't just help them when they come home with the traditional English and math subjects anymore, you've got to know these other subjects as well. So that was kind of my motivators to do that. It was great. Yeah.
Great. So thanks very much. If you just finish off, we're called Ball.io, right?
Okay.
If you could just clearly say into the camera Ball.io, that'd be great.
I'm looking you at the camera.
Into the camera, sir.
Ball.io.